I'm going to pull a spirit animal oracle card, and I'm using Colette Baron Reed's spirit animal oracle deck. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this here. I've had this deck for a while. I often recommend this deck to people for a multitude of reasons. It's an exceptional deck. It's beautifully channeled and written, but more than anything, the illustrations on these cards are absolutely stunning. I mean, here's the pig spirit animal. Look how beautiful this little pig is. And I love the wisdom and information that comes through, but it is really well done. And I find, and it's funny, this is one of those decks that I think Colette Baron Reed said the numerology does not coordinate with the message in the card. I find that actually to not be true. I find numbers in the number meanings in each of the cards. Anytime I pull them, they always have messages for me too. So I've shared that with you all before. If there is a number on a card that you pull, look at the numerology of it. How does it speak to you? What is the numerology saying apart from what is the actual oracle card saying to you? So let's pull a card for the second half of May and some guidance for all of us, a spirit animal for all of us to follow and get some messages and meaning from. I've already cleared this deck, by the way. It's been sitting on my desk the last week, and I've used it a handful of times for myself, but I cleared the energy on it already. So there's a card that just pulled out. Oh my gosh. Yo, this is like, this is so crazy. I know I sound like a child at Christmas and like I'm making this up, but I'm totally not. The card that flew out is the sandpiper spirit animal. And Carrie, she talks about the sandpiper spirit animal in her session because I pulled this card for her last year. And so, y'all, this is a huge deck, and this card fell out. I mean, is this not amazing? The sandpiper spirit. Okay, so this message is for all of us, but it definitely connects with Carrie and her energy. Again, like I shared with you, and what came through in Carrie's session is she's great at signs and synchronicities. And to me, this just resonates with her energy. So the sandpiper spirit, if you can see this card and you're looking on YouTube, it's so playful and lovely. And the message of the sandpiper is to be playful. The number on the card is 51. I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but I pulled the card upright. So the message is as simple as that. Be playful. Allow your joy to rise to the surface. And if you think of a sandpiper, anytime you've gone to the beach and been walking along the beach, you can imagine the sandpipers, they kind of scurry around and go up and down, and they follow the water and the flow of the tide, and they kind of go in and out and they scurry. They're kind of like squirrel energy a little bit. Squirrels are very, they jump around from here to there. Sandpipers do as well, but there's an elegance with sandpiper energy because of the beach and the water, and they're fluid and flexible. The numerology on this card is 51. The anchor number is the 5. 5 is the energy that we are in May. It is a 5-month in numerology, which is all about shifts in perspective, flexibility, changing your heart and changing your mind, and then following through. And the 1 is about, what do I do? How do I do it? And 5 + 1 = 6. And the number of 6, the 6 is about wisdom. It is about self-care. So if we think about a portion of our self-care in our playfulness, and many of us do not logically go to playfulness, silliness, fun, and joy to being self-care. I do. But I have had to work at that. And I know that sounds so backwards, but I wax intense. I wax serious and focused and driven. So oftentimes I have learned to say, today's going to be delightful. I am looking to be playful. I'm looking for joy. Everything on my plate gets accomplished with joy and lightheartedness. That's the message of this card. And I'll flip to the book just to give us a little bit more detail. And in Colette Baron Reed's message, because they're beautifully written and poignant. Here's what it says. Sandpipers are like cute little clowns, poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of sandpiper spirit is a sign that now is time to engage in your playfulness. Whatever task you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Explore the familiar, discovering the new in the old. That's just like the energy of the five. How can I see things through a different lens, even if it's the begrudging energy of the day to day task, right? Who knows what treasures await you when you let yourself laugh and have fun? Sandpiper Spirit's happy and curious nature can help you to feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. I think this is also lovely because the last third of the month, the sun will shift into Gemini. And Gemini, while it is the investigative journalist of the zodiac, it's curious. It can be superficial and playful and social, skim the surface. So this card is reminding us sometimes we've got to come up and skim the surface, be light, blow life off for a hot minute. I don't mean you run away from your problems. I mean, take a break, go play, go have fun. And sometimes that fun for me, it may be in 20 minutes of just going and playing with the dogs. My dogs can rejuvenate me in a very short period of time. Being silly, picking up the phone and calling someone who just makes you laugh, planning a dinner with friends in the middle of the week just to break up your schedule and spend quality, fun time with people you enjoy being around. Think about ways you can bust up patterns, but that add playfulness, because that playfulness will add value. And back to the energy of the 6, the 51, the numerology on this card. If our self care this month relates to playfulness, how can you think about when you are playful, silly, and joyful, and how that has created a sense of nurture and care for you? I know for me, when I am around people who truly allow me to just be Amanda and be silly, lighthearted, goofy, and also entertain my immature sense of humor, because I have a very immature sense of humor, like a 12-year-old boy kind of humor. I literally do. But there is nothing more delightful and disgusting about me when I laugh my behind off and I am just wrong and silly and goofy. And when I do that, my spirit revitalizes. The creativity comes in, or the vitality to accomplish and do the litany of things on my plate. So think about engaging with sandpiper energy this month and how you can enjoy yourself, adding enjoyment into your day.